Have you ever noticed that peace doesn't come from getting everything you want, but from moments when your mind just is simply still and you feel still? We live in a world filled with noise, not just around us, but within us, inside of us, and there's a deeper part of you, untouched by the noise. It's quiet, it's spacious, it's alive, and it holds the peace you've been looking for. Today we're going to explore why inner stillness is the true doorway to peace and how to begin touching that stillness and tapping into that state of consciousness right now. Most of us are constantly thinking about the future or the past, planning, remembering, worrying, analyzing. Even when life is still, our mind isn't. We think peace will come when we finish everything, when we solve everything, when we finally fix ourselves. But have you noticed that even when things are okay, your mind still seems to find something to fixate on? And that's because we are so used to thinking about the future, or planning for the future, or thinking about the past, or dwelling about the past. And future and past are fine, but when we're too much in that, we're not enough in the present moment. And real peace doesn't come from thought. It comes when thought quiets and when you discover what's underneath it all, which is stillness. So what is inner stillness? It's not something you create, and it's not something you force. It's already there when the noise stops. You notice it when the noise stops. It's a constant state that's readily available, readily accessible to us right now. Stillness is awareness itself, the silent space where thoughts arise and dissolve. I want you to picture yourself and imagine yourself standing at the edge of a quiet lake. No ripples, no wind, just silence. That stillness is within you, always. It's the spaciousness behind every thought and every emotion. I refer to Eckhart Tolle a lot because he teaches a lot of this, but when he talks about this, he's pointing to this silent awareness, not dullness, but deep alertness without thought. And when you touch it, even for a second, you realize something. You realize peace was never missing. It was just covered up by the noise. And stillness brings peace because it reconnects you with what's real. The mind is always in time, the past, the future. But stillness, when you tap into that, is in the now. And that in the now is ultimately what's real. And in the now, there's no problem to solve. There's just life as it is. When you rest in stillness, you stop reacting and you begin to respond. You no longer need outside circumstances. You no longer need the world to change before you feel okay. Stillness is not being passive. It's power without force. It's peace without escape. From stillness, love arises, intuition arises, creativity arises, wisdom arises, clarity arises, and peace arises. So how do we access this inner stillness? It really begins with awareness. You can't force the mind to stop, but you can notice it and choose not to follow every thought, every emotion. And simply noticing it, you are automatically beginning to tap into awareness, into presence. It's when we're kind of just caught up in thought and emotion, but when we can step back for a moment and become the awareness, and we become the awareness not by trying to become the awareness, but by simply observing thought and emotion. Automatically that brings you into presence and into awareness. So let's try this now. We're going to do a little practice for a moment. So I want you to close your eyes and take one conscious breath. Feel the peace between thoughts. Notice the still presence that is simply here, not thinking, not judging, just being. This is the doorway. And the more you return to it through your breath, through stillness, through presence, the more it opens, the more it grows. And you don't need to go anywhere to find peace. You just need to return to where it already is. The world will always be loud if you haven't already noticed. It's not going to quiet down for us, for you or me. But you can be still. And from that stillness, you'll bring peace wherever you go. Not because everything is perfect, but because you've tapped into what is real. So don't wait for peace to arrive someday. Don't look for it in the next solution, the next idea, the next relationship, the next achievement, whatever. Just simply pause. Feel this breath now. And know that peace is already here. If you've resonated with this video, I would ask you to please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I come up with videos like this every week on presence, stillness, and just being mindful in your everyday life. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.